Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Controversy in Hamtramck, more questions than answers for many in the community, with the top cop on leave and accusations and rumors swirling, and now the investigation taking a new turn.
And that tops our noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim DeGiulio.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. Many in the community of Hamtramck are hoping for answers tonight, and will look for them during the city council meeting.
Residents continue to grow frustrated from lack of answers from city officials after the chief was put on leave. The mayor is hoping for a fuller investigation into the matter before any disciplinary action is taken. Tonight's meeting picks back up at 7 o'clock at the City Hall.
A plan to reimagine a stretch of 11-mile road is going to be one of the main subjects of a meeting tonight in Royal Oak that's centered around changing the experience for drivers and pedestrians.
And change can be hard, of course, but it's something that many people are sounding off on. And as our Priya Mann explains, those changes could include lowering the number of lanes and adding new bike lanes.
When it comes to this stretch of 11 Mile here in Royal Oak, the Traffic Commission will be voting on a recommendation from the city. But there are other options on the table, which is why public comment is a key part of tonight's meeting, because all the details have not been figured out yet.
I'm just wondering about the trade-off, and that's sort of the summary of my perspective. Is it really worth it? Because it leads to congestion.
Your drive along 11 Mile from Woodward to Stevenson Highway could look a lot different. You said you had heard a little bit about the project. What do you know?
Just that there's, it's out there and people are already complaining about it, and I hope it goes, hopefully goes through.
Here's what it's like now, 2 lanes in each direction. Here's what the city recommends, 1 lane in each direction with a center turning lane. But the new features in blue are still up for debate. They could become bike lanes stretching from 4th Street all the way to Stevenson Highway.
I would be fine with it personally, but I think right now with the congestion that 11 Mile has, now would not be the great time with 696 being a mess.
Cyclists welcomed the change, saying the road needs to be shared.
Here it's hit or miss. Certain roads with a curb, I'll avoid, because there's no place to get off the road if someone wants to push you off.
City engineers say 14,000 drivers use that stretch of 11 Mile every day, and many we talked to didn't like the idea of losing lanes.
Ma'am, it's enough bike lanes in the damn city. I think they are a waste of money and a waste of space.
What do you think about bike lanes?
They make me nervous.
Why?
Well, just that there's cars, right next to you. Some people notice it and some people don't.
In addition to bike lanes, the city is considering adding green space or street parking along 11 Mile. The project is budgeted for about $9 million, with work starting in 2027. Tonight, you can share your thoughts on the future of 11 Mile in Royal Oak. What do you think about some of the pushback against bike lanes or against sharing the road?
I think I understand it, but I also think that bikers have rights to the roads just like drivers do, so it doesn't make a difference, and you want to keep sidewalks clear too for walkers and runners, so it's hard to find the right balance.
And of all the options between bike lanes, street parking, or green space, putting in grass is the most expensive option, and that's because city engineers say that you have to rebuild the curbs and then build catch basins as well. So a lot of options on the table. Again, that meeting is happening tonight at 6:30 at City Hall here in Royal Oak. I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, Priya, thank you. Detroit police are asking for your help trying to find whomever is responsible for an attack that happened at a park that took the life of 1 man and 3 others were hurt. It happened at Jane Park. This is in the area of Detroit-Hamtramck border along Conant.
Now, please tell us, 1 man was shot and killed. Another man was also shot. A 3rd man was stabbed, and a final man was hit by a car. Detroit police still looking into what happened, but have not identified any of the victims just yet. Neighbors in the area are shocked that this happened at Jane Park.
That's the first incident ever happened up here. Yeah, and that is beyond crazy. It's always been beautiful, always been baseball activity going on around here. People come up here having a good time.
Anyone with information is asked to call the 11th precinct, or you can make an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
And happening today, when you look up, Metro Detroiters may see helicopters flying a little lower than normal, and that's because ITC will be conducting aerial patrols of power lines, looking for any impacts from the weather. The ITC is an independently owned electricity transmission company. Patrols will begin today and last through Friday. The company says that the patrols will happen in all Metro Detroit communities. Officials say the flights are often conducted at low altitudes near power lines, so crews can accurately inspect equipment for lightning damage.
Also happening today, a little bit closer to home, major upgrades coming to Rotary Park in Roseville. Thanks to a bond voted on by Roseville residents, the park is getting a much-needed facelift. The groundbreaking is happening tonight at Rotary Park on Utica Road.
Also today, a Farmington Hills man learns how long he will spend behind bars for attacking an 80-year-old man inside of a YMCA. Last month, a jury convicted 21-year-old Malik Smith of assault with intent to do great bodily harm. The attack happened March 1st of 2024 inside the men's locker room of the Farmington Hills YMCA. Witnesses say that Smith slammed the West Bloomfield Township man's head against a counter, leaving him bleeding and unconscious. Smith faces up to 10 years in prison when he's sentenced this afternoon. Over to Pontiac, where the 15th annual Stomp Out Violence March and Rally brought people together at the M1 Concourse. It's an event themed Healing Goes Viral, and it's aimed to honor the lives of those impacted by violence while celebrating those who contributed to Pontiac's 25% decrease in violent crimes since 2011. The event is organized by Identify Your Dream, a nonprofit dedicated to trauma recovery and violence prevention.
And coming off of the holiday weekend, let's take a look at what drivers can be paying at the pump. Data from AAA shows the current price for a gallon of regular gas in Michigan is about $3.19 a gallon. Now that's 5 cents higher than this time last week. Metro Detroiters, however, can find an average price of about $3.16 a gallon. AAA says the price is mostly due to travelers coming home from those Memorial Day destinations.
And we're going to look at the forecast where the cloud cover has moved back in, Ashley, after such a sunny day yesterday.
I know, but we'll call this filtered sunshine. I feel like that at least is the optimistic approach with it. So still bright out there, but you have the cloud cover, so not giving you the blue skies. And so that's what we're looking at right now from our Windsor sky cam as the clouds are winning out. 66 degrees in the city, 67 in Ann Arbor, Pontiac, 64 in Monroe. And we're holding on to more of an easterly breeze at this hour between about 5 to 15 miles per hour. And so pretty much on par with where we were yesterday. You can see that 24-hour temperature change, really not all that noticeable unless you're up towards the thumb in Sandusky. That's a 7-degree upward swing since yesterday at noon. But at Metro Airport, a 3-degree difference. And so this afternoon, I think we're still topping out in the low 70s. We hit 70 yesterday, 71 the forecasted high today, as we just don't have as much sunshine mixing in throughout the afternoon. So mostly cloudy, somewhat seasonal, just a few degrees below average, but pleasant all in all. As we look at satellite and radar, you can see that low pressure system down to the south, and that is pushing a few of those scattered showers farther north, still south of the state line, but that could bring a few rain chances for the southern communities and definitely more cloud cover as we head into the afternoon. We'll talk about what that means for the rest of the week in just a few minutes.